All right, so we have our Tinkerbell, our string. You need to grab some scissors, and the cover photo that comes with your kit will be nicer than this one. This is my template. What we're gonna do first is we're going to do the black string first. So we're gonna start with her legs and then do her upper body and her head. Okay, so go ahead and grab your black string and unravel it a little bit. Try and scooch these out. And then what you're gonna do is you tie a knot and you grab it and you make a little lasso. So this is the first part. And then any nail in her leg section, her little foot is going to be white, so you don't really have to go down there. So I'm going to choose one kind of in between. Put it on, tighten it, and then you're going to do one more knot on the same one. You just don't want it to come loose. If you have a ton of extra string right here, you can go ahead and trim it just so it's in there. Whoops. And you just want to make sure that it's not going to pop off. Okay, from here, I'm going to outline her leg section. So the way you do that is by holding the string tight and wrapping around the nails. Okay, and we'll just go down to this one and outline it, going all the way up, and this is the top of her legs and the bottom of the skirt. So we're going to go around that line and back down. And that is her leg shape. So then from there, you're going to do a crisscross, left to right, front to back. And this is going to help fill in just the outer edges. Make it pop. Okay, like this. Then you're going to go, another time around, but this time it's going to be on the opposite diagonal. So you have it going this way, it'll be this way. So let me show you. And it gets kind of tangled sometimes. We just undo it. All right, so you may have to go back this opposite direction here. Again, we're just doing crisscross, crisscross, all the way around this section. So if you can tell, like right there, it looks like an X now between your layers. So crisscross, crisscross. Then the last thing I like to do is one more pass, kind of like the very first time, but instead of going on the outside edges, you're gonna be on the inside edge. You just go and wrap around. You can skip a few. And again, this just makes it sort of pop and sharp. Keep going, just like that. And then from here, now what you get to do is fill in the center, okay? To do that, just keep holding the string tight like you've been doing. And then you can go any direction, you just loop it. You can go up and down, side to side, crisscross again, just working your way up the leg. Whoops, and that's what happens if you don't hold it tight. But hey, the thing I like about this is if that does happen, it's easy to fix. It's not like I'm using paint and it smears, because then that would drive me nuts. You can tell I'm not a painter. Unfortunately, it's not in my skill set at this moment, at least. Who knows, maybe down the line something will change. But for now, this is what we're doing. And it's very forgiving, and we love it for that. And no counting nails or trying to figure out if you went the right way or the wrong way. It's just like coloring. Okay, so from here, once it's filled in to your liking, you're gonna go ahead and pick any nail, and you have to tie a knot now, okay? So here, I'll show you what I mean. So go there, and you are gonna use the black for up here in her arm and the wand and everything. So try not to cut too much. I try and throw in extra strings so you have backup, but just in case. And from there, hold it tight, make a little loop in the air, little lasso, trap it. I don't know if I did trap it. There we go. And then pull it tight And on that same nail, do at least one more little knot, just like so. And then from here, just like in the beginning, we get to trim it. And what you can do with this little leftover part is get your scissors and sort of tuck it in if you can. Sometimes you get lucky and it like pops in right away without cutting the string. So there is the first layer. And I'm going to go ahead and do up here, and then we'll do her wings and her green dress and the rest of it. So for all of this, it's just going to be the same steps that you did down here. And then I'm going to show you a little bit how to do all of this part right here, her other arm and the wand. It's just the steps you did for your border is how you're going to do in between these nails to make it a thicker line. So I'm going to go ahead on this one and just wrap it and wrap it, wrap it. And for this, wrap it around. And you can wrap down like that so it looks like her hand is holding it. Whoops, or not. Like that. And then while we're at it, we can just go like that. Again, there's no particular order. As long as it gets strung, then it's fine. You can do your crisscross. If you just want to finish the wand, then you can. See how it's just kind of making it up the line. Do a crisscross for her hand. And it's actually, I don't know if you've noticed, it's also a figure eight between each nail. So if that's easier to think about, then go ahead and definitely do that way. So we'll add one right here. But honestly, if you want her hand to look a little different and you don't want right down here, then don't do it. And nobody will know. So we're just going to crisscross back this way. Get the rest of it filled in. And then all of the black string sections I think should be done. So we'll do a double check, but I think that's about it. You can do a couple back here. It looks like we have a ton of extra string. So there we go. We have her hand, the wand, her other arm, her legs, and her whole head. So if you want to backtrack here and tie a knot up here, sometimes that's better just because it's easier to tuck in the string. Sometimes trying to tuck in the string from a point out here, it'll stick out more. So do yourself a favor and wrap it back to anywhere in this section. And since we have a whole bunch of string, well, let's add a few more. Okay, then from here, just gonna tie your knot, tuck it in, and then we will move on to the next section, which technically you can do any of them, whichever ones you want next, because it's just the same steps over and over, tracing them, making sure you hold it tight, and tying your knots. No, my lasso. And worst case, you just tie a couple more. Go. All right, we'll try and stick this through again with these scissors. Looks like mine frayed when I trimmed it, so it's going to be a little bit funkier to tuck in, but you just got to keep going at it and it'll be good to go. All right, look, Tinkerbell is popping out. Maybe we'll do this one next. So like I was saying, doesn't matter after you've done all the black sections, you can do wings, you can do her green, or you can do the gold next, whichever you want. And it's not the end of the world if you don't do in the right order. Just makes the layers look a little different. So technically, if you wanted, you could do this wing back here. You could do it before the black, up to you, whichever way. But for this, it'll be just kind of like the arm. You're gonna tie your knot just like you've been doing. Tie it again. The gold is a little special just because it has this sequins in it, so sometimes it will be a little trickier when you're tying the knot because it'll get snagged. But it's worth it, I promise. All right, so for this one, it's just a shooting star. So it's just gonna come out, do your figure 8, and then go up to the next one, do your figure 8, and then just keep going around your circle. And that is all it is. And then just skip over that middle one. We'll go to this little blip. And there is extra string. So if you have extra string and want to do extra passes to make it a thicker one, definitely that is possible and easy to do. So I say go for it. You can even push down the layers too and get some more gold sparkles in there. Because why not? It's just so pretty. Just kind of wrap it around. Skip this one. Oh, it's so cute. And now we're going to, you guessed it, we're tying another knot and moving on to the next color. I'm just gonna hold it. Don't unravel. Should have trimmed it a little bit longer. I don't know what I was thinking. I had plenty of thread. Come on. Told you the gold likes to be the trickiest. There we go. Do one more little knot. So it doesn't get any ideas. And for this, kind of fun if it frays, I guess, in the gold. It's more sparkly. And then I also know some people, they also will put glue, like clear glue. They'll put that too, but I don't think it's needed. Another little stray one. All right, so now what we're gonna do is go ahead and grab, let's just do the little white pom-pom on her little shoe. Tie your knot. Another one. And this one is just a circle. That same old steps. And try and tuck this little part down underneath it. We go around twice, it'll do that crisscross. Get this one. Oh, little Tinkerbell. We'll do our figure 8. And she is done. Well, the foot is. And make sure you save enough because we do have the wings. Try and rotate this. Lasso it. Don't be super strong where you pull the nail out, but make sure it's secure. The other thing I like about this too is if you are in the middle of it, you can walk away and take breaks, go get snacks, take multiple days to do it, whatever you are feeling. Now, since we had the white out, we're just going to go ahead and do the wings next.